Hey guys, it's Claire. We're here in our backyard organic veggie garden in the suburbs north of Atlanta, and I'm one half of the Ormwoods, and we are happy to have you here. If you are returning, thank you so much for being along for the ride. We are really loving getting to know you, and if you are new here, welcome. Today I am pulling up some turnips, and these are turnips that we planted in the wintertime. This is the biggest one that I've harvested. Like, just for scale. Here's my hand. That's really big. And then we have more like the baby kind of spring turnips. And one of the things that's really cool about turnips is that the greens are edible, as is the root. So turnip greens are a crop that you can get a lot of food out of a little bit of space. And I really encourage you to grow them. The way that you want to cook the turnip greens is obviously wash them. And I put all my greens in a bowl of salted water and just kind of shake them around to get any critters or bugs. I don't know if you can see the back sides of these little black spots. We just want to make sure all that comes off. It might be dirt, but it might be eggs. But I like to soak these, and then I like to just cook them down for, I'm Southern, so we do ours for about an hour, but a lot of people do them for like 20 minutes. And it makes a really, really delicious and nutrient-dense, vitamin-packed greens. And then the turnips you can roast. When you roast them, it just brings out this like amazing sweetness. Or you can dice them up, and at the end of your boiling the turnip greens, throw them in, and they give you a little bit of crunch, almost like a diced onion, but it's a turnip. So that hopefully gives you some ideas on how you can use your turnips. Now these big ones are a little bit woodier. And so they're not quite as delicious, I don't think, roasted like these little baby ones are. So you could take your baby ones and roast them and just eat those for the deliciousness that they are. And then take your big ones that are a little bit woodier and dice them up and put them with your turnip greens. That might be a good way to use both of your harvest. Turnips are also a little bit of a, like with the mustard greens and that family, a good trap crop. So that's not why we planted them, but I know a lot of people do plant turnip greens because they attract the bugs away from, say, like their cabbages or their Brussels or their broccoli. So that's something to think about. But, I mean, these grew well. This is our third harvest of turnip greens. And it's the end of May, so we're ready to kind of be done with turnips until the fall. So if you love turnips, let us know how you make yours. I will actually, in the description, post a link to a recipe that I really like in case you are new to turnips and you want to try that out, and let us know how it goes. Guys, look at that one. So that is a lot of turnips. But that's what the bed looked like where they were. They were down that stripe. So now I've got a whole row I can plant. And if I pull those beets, same deal. I'll have that whole row. So I would normally do what I'm about to do inside, but it's honestly so pleasant out here, and there's always dirt and stuff hidden in these plants. So I'm just going to sit out here, and what I'm going to do is trim off the tops, discard anything that is gross or really eaten by pests or yellow, and compost that, and then bring the tops in to get cooked down, and then have the turnips separate. Okay, so that's what I'm doing now. And so now I'm going to soak these with some salt, kosher salt, and I'll get them into the kitchen. Okay, so I've taken this IKEA cart from my kitchen, and I'm going to pull all these stems out. And see, there's still just a lot of dirt. And just hose them off out here really, really well. It'll just make it so much easier and make a lot less mess in my kitchen. Okay, so that's the greens. and they're rinsed. They're not perfectly clean, but I am going to let them just kind of sit here in the sun and dry out. And then when they're a little bit drier, I'll take them back in and we will do like another round of rinsing, but it'll be a lot easier and way less messy. And again, I'll post a link to a recipe in the description that I decide to use. It's one of my favorites. And let me know how you like your turnips. Thanks, guys. Bye. Bye.